it's April 21st, 2022 AD. And we start today's fun day with St. Paul Lutheran's Church and School. Christ gave himself, I can't read the other part of the sign. There's a median right there that's kind of hard to read the sign. And we are headed to Dallas right now to pick up Linda and make some bagels.
Please subscribe show. YouTube Cole Spivey. Yeah, man.
And welcome to the Please Subscribe Show. I am Cole, and thank you so much for stopping by. And we start this morning off in Fort Worth, and we'll soon be headed to Dallas, we're actually taking 30 East. We're going to cut through 121 if you're familiar with the highways around here. Don't forget about the historic United States Fort Worth Mail Postal Office. Right there. Created in 1931. Opened in business in 1933. Wyatt Hedrick, genius architect, will be headed to Dallas going through 121 and right past DFW Airport. Well, what am I talking about? I'm talking about what everybody else is talking about, the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. And I thought it was funny what Johnny Depp was talking about, how Amber's arguments kind of would go around like in a circle. You know, he actually did the whole circle thing in the air with his finger. So it'd start off at some point, and then the argument would just kind of go all the way around, and then go kind of in this direction, and then eventually just kind of make its way back to its original point. It's amazing how when we're in an argument, we can do that, go off on this like sidetrack tangents on the argument, and keep going over here, and then all this stuff, and then make your way all the way back to the original point. It's amazing. Ooh, that guy's going quick. God bless him. What's amazing about arguments is, like, when you go back years later, you can never recall exactly what you were arguing about, So all those points that you're, going off on, and, when you do this, it bothers me. When you do this, blah, 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 then blah, 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 this, and you go back to the original point. It's like when you go back, you don't remember any of that. So really, to be honest, you're really not even arguing about really any kind of point. You're just kind of making noise and yelling and screaming and upset about something. You try to rationalize it and bring some type of logic in it somehow. But when you go back, you don't really ever remember what you were exactly arguing about. There are a lot of nuts out this morning. I've noticed a lot of weavers. Dream weavers on the highway. And if you know that you're not going to remember what you argued about years later, then whenever you're in an argument, you can remember that and stop arguing, because you're not going to remember any of this. Because it doesn't usually, in an argument, the value of the argument is usually not worthy because of the type of negative energy. So if you know that, then you know not to argue. That's kind of a good point right there. You're like, if you're thinking to yourself, I'm not going to remember any of this in like 2 or 3 years in an argument. So I'm not going to argue. And instead, I'm going to say something nice and positive and turn it around. That's a good way to go, because you'll probably remember the nice things that you said. You'll remember all the positive, nice, happy things that you said. Isn't God great? All right, going for that Dallas skyline. You ever seen the movie Dallas? Just got a message right then. With JR. Well, that's the skyline right there. You can kind of see it a little bit through all the kind of the cloud this morning. Population 1.5 million or so. Around that ballpark. Also, supposedly it's the home of the microchip and RoboCop. And there's probably a lot of other web movies and stuff like that. Upstream Color by Shane Carruth. The opening scene of Office Space 2 is set in Dallas too. Even though I don't know where any tech really actually is set. God, I remember those jobs where you're stuck in a cubicle. I remember I had one of those jobs where you're stuck in a cubicle and you're just kind of sitting there going, what am I doing here? You know, you're answering a phone. Yes, hi, welcome to Anytech. What's going on today? How you doing? You scared the crap out of me. Why'd you do that? Welcome to the Please
Hi,
Subscribe
good
show.
morning. I'm Linda.
Hi, I'm Cole. Is that the lunch one, Linda?
Yes, it's going to be toasted. Put on a glove and make your own bagel.
Get in Asiago. Go.
You have to put it upside down. You have to make sure it's on.
Oh, wow. You can see the slicer right there. That is insane. Do they all have them?
This is the one from Hurt Most Don't.
That is insane.
That's one of those over in
That is insane.
chocolate chip in there, and then we can't do.
To rip up the chocolate chip?
Well, because it would leave it on like.
It leaves it on the blade. So we can't do chocolate chip bagels in here because it leaves the blade unclean. So the blade won't be clean on it. So they can only do certain bagels, but it's awesome. What's the question?
So what is a... no, I forgot. What is a French cat's favorite pudding?
What is a French cat?
Cat's
Okay,
favorite pudding.
a French cat's favorite pudding?
Chocolate mousse.
Chocolate mousse.
Or
Because it's a
somebody
French
else said
cat?
feline pie. I don't know. I still got 5 minutes. That looks delicious.
And what is it?
It's Heinz ketchup. It's with a blend of veggies. Kid approved taste. So, we do have blended with carrot and butternut squash. Every bottle contains 25% added veggies and 25% less sugar than regular ketchup for a taste kids love. I'm not a kid, but I'm a kid in the heart. So let me taste it.
She just made me taste it too.
Oh yeah, do you want to?
I've already had some. She was basically pretending like it was a new product at the store. So this is her personal
It
advertisement.
only has 4% sugar right there.
Yeah,
50
ketchup usually has a little bit of sugar in it.
No, it has a lot of high fructose.
All right. Hey! You! Yes, you! Stand still, why don't ya? One of these days, I want to catch me a salmon. Yeah. Ooh. All right, so Bar Bites is $5, beef and taco. Then we join the Queso Club, which is about $6. And then I might get a tea, so the whole thing will be about $20. But ideally, we could go in and just do $10 for Bar Bites, $5, $5, bet you $10, and they can bring a few queso.
No, it says an entree. I don't think it includes another special. I think you have to get an entree at regular price.
Right, but what I'm saying is Bar Bites, that's
Yes,
$5,
Bar
$5.
Bites, but that's not
You don't
at
have to
regular
get an
price.
entree. Not for a
you
Queso
do.
Club, it's just got to be $10 or over. I asked about it. Then we join the Queso Club. We can finally join that club. We could be part of a club. The Queso Club on the border. So we went into 7-Eleven and Stings, or the police SOS, sending out an SOS, was playing.
No, I just saw that.
Yeah, and
1 minute
you can't really
before.
see, but my glasses
Then
broke.
his glasses broke, so we
Well,
saw
they're still
that.
working, but they
then
broke
your
right
glasses,
here.
then the song. That was so weird.
So that's what it said, SOS, right there. So we decided on Target. What are you doing? Come on. Well, why are you waiting on the cars? We got the crosswalk right here. That's the crosswalk. We're pedestrians. We're first. They're gonna wait for all. There's more than that. There's like 20 cars down this way. Well, then go behind her. Well, go behind the kids. Come on. You're not even going the right way. Well, watch it. Don't watch the sailor talk.
This is out. I'm doing it.
Come on, it's this way. Come on.
On the magazine. That's
Oh, God.
I love cats.
Would you hurry up?
$14.99. Oh, that's cute.
Okay, you can get those later. Get the. What is that anyway? You're chewing on something. You're worse than a kid. Come on.
Helps to relieve headaches. Can help to improve sleep. Clear and efficient.
But where are the?
Oh, this might be good for you. Reduces glare, which helps to relieve symptoms caused by staring
Right,
at
but
screens.
what's the power on them?
Maybe you put it on top of the
Oh,
other
those
ones.
look good on you.
Oh, maybe you put it on top of the other ones. Since you're too busy doing your YouTube stuff. Put it
No,
on top of
they
that.
filter the light. Yeah, I see that. You don't put them on the other one. They look like granny glasses, kind
That's
of.
my last name. Great.
Here.
I'm a rock star.
If you say that you are, then you are. Okay, we're just gonna go for this for now. I don't think they pull too much.
Get a back brace and some foot sole pads. Might as well get her Depends.
They look kind of cool.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, let's
yeah,
go.
you can see the little
They're
light.
$10.
Oh, yeah, I
Let's
can
just
see
go. So for free on YouTube, I watched CBGB about that guy Hilly Crystal or Crystal Hilly Crystal, and he was the owner of CBGB. They closed CBGB. They turned it into like a. They turned it into a. It's like a gift shop. Anyway, it used to be country bluegrass and blues. So it's country bluegrass and blues, and then Umfug stood for other music for uplifting gourdenizers, which means people that eat a whole lot. Gourd comes from gourmet, gourdenizer, something like that. I just got a phone call from Minnesota. We're in Dallas. Yeah, I know. Anyway, Television was one of the first bands that played at CBGB for Hilly Crystal, and they were pretty good.
Is that delicious?
But the Ramones, they were horrible. No one liked them. People would walk out of the Ramones all the time. But they got their stuff together and became one of the best punk bands ever, other than Patti Smith. And I don't know. You can't get more punk than the Ramones. But they weren't good starting off. They were too quick. Their songs were less than a minute, or about a minute.
Sorry.
Anyway, a lot of the bands were pretty crummy starting off at CBGB. And then eventually it was a really crappy place. It was really stinking, smelling, like horrible bathroom, rats everywhere. I mean, it was very, very bad. Now, I was around when CBGB was still going on, so I really liked the movie a lot. I don't know if that actor's still living that plays Hilly Crystal, but he did a good job. A lot of the actors in there did a really good job. The only actor I did not like in the entire movie was the guy who represented Lou Reed, and I think they did that on purpose. He looked a little like Lou Reed, but I thought he looked too much like George Michaels. It just did not play as Lou Reed. Lou Reed was very different. Lou Reed probably played quite a bit at CBGB too. I don't know his history at CBGB, but he was there. But I was there when CBGB was around. Now, I visited New York when I was 12, and that was in the 80s, so it was definitely around. But I didn't see CBGBs until my late 20s, and I did go by there a few times. Now, I did go and get a photo of me holding a cigarette and wearing a hoodie in front of CBGB's, but I never got to play there. But I got to go in front of the dumpster. There was a dumpster out front. They had gone through a lot of renovations. CBGB had gone through a whole bunch of stuff. They were a gift shop at one time, but mostly they were just supposed to be a bar for country, bluegrass, and blues, and then Umfug, which was basically punk. You know, punk music came about. Talking Heads were noticed. Blondie was noticed there. Patti Smith got noticed there. I mean, I'm sure Sam Shepard hung out there. Like, a lot of people hung out at CBGB's. But the movie doesn't really show all of what was going on at CBGB, but it definitely addresses CBGB. Anyway, we're the Linda and Cole Band.
Jen here.